guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys had an awesome day like always. Today the video is gonna be a little different. I have never done like story times where I bring the funny, embarrassing stuff like that. Although I did a story time of when I was pregnant in high school. I'll link it down below if you haven't watched it. But today I think it's funny, this video, because I was never like a troublemaker person in school. I would never like get in trouble or anything like that. But there has been times that I have gone into trouble, not only with teachers but with cops. So it's different, you know. I think the 2 times that I got in trouble with cops is when I was in high school, pretty much. I don't think I have been in trouble out of high school. But I'm going to tell you guys a story when I went to high school, my senior year. I found out I was pregnant with Abraham like 2 months ago, and this is how it started basically. So, you know, all seniors, they want to drive their car to school, you know. They don't want to take the bus no more. Well, some of them, and that some of them was me. I was one of them. I just didn't want to take the bus no more. I feel like it's so early, especially because I had Christian with me. I took a different bus than all of the students. I took a special bus, basically, where they take like special needs kids. I'm talking so fast. Yeah, but they take special needs kids in there, and like parents, other parents, and just stuff like that. And I took one of those bus to go home and to come back and to go to school and whatever. So I was, you know, in that bus for hours. That bus picked me up around 6 in the morning, and I got home. So it was funny because I was the first one to get up on the bus, the first one to get picked up, and the last one to get dropped off. So, you know, I didn't want to like, it took hours to come back. Like, it was, like, I got out of school at 3:20, right? And I got home like at 4. Like, no, thank you. Like, I was just so, like, tired of that, you know, and I just wanted to take my car. So, I took my car maybe, like, 5 times, maybe more. Well, the last few weeks of senior year, I took my car all the time. But I started taking my car. I had a Chevrolet. So I took it. Right now I don't have it no more. But I took that car back. That's my first car that I had. And I took it, right? And I didn't know. I think I did know. I just didn't want to do it because I don't want to waste money and whatever. So they had to pay to go to park in the school parking lot, right? They pay like a little fee, like $5 or something. And I don't know, I just was didn't want to listen, I guess. I didn't want to listen, so I pretty much didn't pay, and I just went and parked there like nothing. But I think I did this like about maybe a week or something, 2 weeks maybe, and they found out, right? And there's a sheriff right there in the school that, you know, basically protects the school and makes sure everything is good and stuff like that. So there was a sheriff, there was a girl sheriff, and she was very cool, but she sent me notes, like, you know, like reminders, like, please come look, please come to my office, and, you know, like that kind of stuff. They sent me notes, and I think they sent me like two like notes, and I just pretty much didn't listen to it, didn't pay attention, because I kind of knew inside of me it was about the car, and I just didn't want to go, because, you know, I don't even know what was going on with me back then. I just didn't want to go, and I, you know, pretty much rejected all of those notes. I was like, no, thank you, and I just left, you know, from my day. And I went to see my baby. I went to see Christian at a daycare, because in my school there's a daycare, right? And I went to see Christian, and I heard on the speaker, Anieli Martinez, please come to the office. Anieli Martinez, please come to the office. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then the people on the daycare, people heard it and everything. They're like, oh, I think they called you over. I'm like, I didn't hear it. I'm not gonna go. I didn't hear nothing. So I was like, yeah, I think they did call you over. I'm like, well, I didn't hear nothing, so I'm not gonna go. So I you know, rejected that one too. I don't know what was going through my mind. Like, I just didn't want to go, I guess. And then later that day, I was in my government class. And usually in my government class, I don't like government, and it was so hard passing that class. It was so hard passing it, but I passed it. But so, I answer my government, right? And we started writing because we always write like these. We always watch the news and we write some quotes and whatever, and we gotta answer the question of the news or something like that. I don't remember. And so I saw, I was writing the corner of my eye because I'm always so aware of everything. The corner of my eye, I see an officer, sheriff, the girl officer coming in the door. I was like, that's for me. I know it's for me. I know it's for me. So I just started like writing, not paying attention. I kind of knew though. I knew that she was right there, but I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, she's not here for me. But at the end of at the end of the day, I knew she was here for me. But it's so weird. But I was just writing, just writing, just pretending she was not even there. Writing down. Okay, writing down. And I used to sit in the back, way back of the class, right, by myself. There was nobody there, with me. And then I heard she's like, the teacher came over to her, right, and then she's like, I'm looking for Aniela Martinez. I heard my name. Oh my goodness, I was so red. And she was like, oh, she's over there, Aniela Martinez. I stand up. Every single person in that class just stared at me. Like if I did something bad. Like they just stared at me. Because when an officer calls you, it's probably because you did something bad, And everybody stared at me. I still remember that day like if it was yesterday. Everybody stared at me freaking like, oh my God, what has she done? Like that. And then I went, and then she's like, we were walking back to her office, right? And she was like, why didn't you, came to talk to me whenever I called you and stuff? And I called you like 3 to 4 times, she said. And I was like, oh, well, I was like, I don't know. I probably didn't see the card. I probably missed it, probably. I was not here during lunch and stuff. And I was here during lunch, right? I just lied to an officer right there. And she was like, all right, let's go. And then when we went to their office, we sat down, right? And I was so pregnant. I was like 4 months, 3 months pregnant, around there. Not that much. And then she was like, well, the reason I called you over was because you've been driving here with no parking fee. You haven't parked. You haven't paid the parking spot, right? We can? Over here. And she was like, well, you haven't parked, so why are you doing that? Do you have a license? Like she started like telling me all these questions and stuff, and I was like, well, I don't know. I probably didn't know you had to pay a fee. I was just acting just dumb right there, acting stupid. And oh my gosh, baby's crying. Don't worry, God, they're not alone. Okay, they're not alone over there. So I started like telling her like, no, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know you had to pay and blah, 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 blah. And then she started telling me, like, not getting in trouble, but she started telling me, like, like, telling me stuff, like, good stuff, okay? Like, it's dangerous to drive if in blah, blah, blah. She was just telling me a bunch of stuff, like, it's dangerous to drive, and you gotta make sure your kids are good. And then she told me if I was pregnant. I was like, oh, what the hell? Nobody knew I was pregnant. How do you know I'm pregnant? I was just like worried at that point. And then she's like, well, just make sure you don't drive no more. If you don't pay the fee, make sure you don't drive. So if you want to drive and don't park here, make sure you pay the fee parking. And then she said she was gonna give me a citation, or she was gonna give me like a ticket or something for parking lot from school because I didn't pay the fee, right? But she was starting to write it, right? She was starting to write the ticket, and then she said, you know what? She ripped the ticket, right? She ripped it. She threw it in the garbage. She was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give you a warning. Just don't drive no more here if you don't want to pay. Just don't drive. Don't bring your car. So I was like, oh gosh. In my head, I didn't tell her, but I was like, oh my gosh, that's hella cool. Like, yay, no take it from me. Good, because in that moment of my life in high school, I just didn't want to, I don't know what was wrong with me. I just didn't want to pay. I just didn't want to, waste money. I guess for me in that time, I just didn't want to waste money, I guess. But at the same time, I know that there was a fee there, I just didn't obey it. But at the end of the day, when I was at the end of high school, when I was almost gonna finish, like 2 weeks until it finished high school, or seniors. For us seniors, we get out early, a little bit early. I I brought my other car. This is my other car now that I'm driving right now, my van. I brought it, and you know, being me, I didn't want to pay the fee. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna park in the library, because there was a library next to the school, and there was a parking lot. You don't gotta pay right there. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna park in the library's parking lot. There a lot of people parked there too, not just me. A lot of students did too, because I guess they didn't want to pay either. But we parked over there, and nobody. I didn't get in trouble. Anything. Nobody got in trouble. So I was like, you know what? I should have done that from the beginning. But I parked over here, and I just walked to school, and I did that for a while. So yeah, I mean, that was it, you know. I guess if you don't want to pay, then don't bring your car. That's my lesson that I've learned. You don't want to pay, don't bring your car. Easy and simple. My kids are wanting me, so I'm gonna finish this video right now. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. There was just a story time real quick, and that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video fast, and that's gonna be it. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and like always, God bless.